Brace for impact. We're here, coming at you. Me, Darren,
and Sebastian.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing very well.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you. We're in here last week. We're gonna try and keep this short, keep this sweet.
Tight.
Gonna be very, very tight this week. Okay, the big news this week, for those of you who haven't heard, and you're probably the lucky ones out there, and I'm ruining it for you, there's been a bit of controversy over the Batgirl 41 variant cover, and I'm stressing variant cover, which was a reference to the Killing Joke, lightly.
Supposedly, but I don't remember her being in her costume in the Killing Joke.
Right, it's a very loose reference to Killing Joke. So here's the story. Story goes, especially since I wasted 2 days of my life looking at this unfold. So a couple of weeks ago, small hashtag movement throws out, change the cover. They find the cover disturbing. They don't like it. They want it pulled.
How big is this movement?
A couple hundred people.
Okay.
And again, that's, you know.
That's not a movement. That's a
right.
It's a party.
And then from there, another group of people against the changing of the cover, they go at it with each other. Nobody could find this, but they claim it happened. Threats were made, and
wait, who said threats were made?
DC said threats were made, but they didn't say from who, in which direction.
From who to who?
Exactly, it didn't say any of that.
Okay.
So Raphael Albuquerque says, "I'm sorry that this cover disturbed some people. I don't like seeing people get, you know, I don't like seeing people get hurt that way, especially through my art. I asked DC to pull the cover, and they did." Okay.
Okay, end of story, right?
End of story, no. Because then the internet collectively flips their shit. Tens of thousands of people tweet under Killing Joke, they tweet under Batgirl, they tweet save the cover, they tweet don't change the cover, and hoping to get this cover either sold in another fashion or moved to another book. They're just looking, they want this cover. I wanted this cover, I have a first print of Killing Joke, and I wanted it to go with it. But, one of these bad boys, it's not first print of Killing Joke, and it's not my copy. This is the blue
That's
text.
why you're treating it so
yes.
horribly.
And then Cameron Stewart goes onto the internet and says DC was mistaken.
Cameron Stewart is a really good artist.
He is a great artist, but he said DC misspoke and that it was only the people who started the hashtag movement, don't change the cover, they got threats. Again, no word on its legitimacy, and no word if anybody went to the authorities on them. But okay, I'll take that at face value. But then he also said some other things, like that the cover did not fit the tone of the book he was trying to sell to people.
It's a variant, though.
It is a variant, and all I will say on that is I don't know what Legos have to do with his series, because there were Lego variants.
There's right,
also
there were Lego variants.
Movie variants coming, which there will be a Batgirl one, and I don't know what that has to do with Batgirl either. But that's fair enough. But I find that interesting because he's the man who wrote Secret Origins 10 a couple months ago, which is a tie-in to his Batgirl series, which directly references the Killing Joke. And I find that page far creepier, as a guy who's read the Killing Joke many, many times, than the cover that everybody was afraid of.
Okay.
But then the Streisand Effect is turned up to 11.
Now, what is the Streisand?
The Streisand Effect says this. It's one of the rules of the internet, which basically says that the more you try and cover up something you did on the internet, the faster that information's propagation will be.
Well, how is Streisand connected?
Because it's a long story, but it has to do with Barbara Streisand.
Suffice it to say.
Suffice it to say, Barbara Streisand was involved in one of these a long time ago. So it's turned up to 11.
God, now I really want to know about the whole Streisand story. I mean, I know we don't have time to go into it.
Well, it's a story for another time.
Okay.
Where he starts blocking people who disagree with him, including one man who said, "I disagree."
Wait, that's all the guy said was, "I disagree"?
I disagree. It said that was the only tweet to him.
I take umbrage, sir.
I disagree. Blocked. Then another person who said, "Well, I don't really see why the cover was so offensive. Hey, can you spell it out for me?" Blocked. And a woman claiming to be a rape survivor who felt that the cover was empowering because it represented her experiences, also blocked.
Yeah.
And that's when the internet storm keeps going. And I say all that in contrast to another creator who had a tussle this weekend on the internet for saying that he disagreed with the new Wonder Woman design. He doesn't like shoulder pads. J. Scott Campbell, 2 days, battling it out, duking it out with people on the internet, but fascinatingly enough, willing to take all criticism as they came, willing to engage with his audience. People, all this Twitter nonsense going down.
To me, Twitter is like going in the wild, wild west.
Yes.
With the 2 guns on your side. You gotta,
Yeah.
you're gonna run into other
Wild gunmen. You're gonna run
other wild gunmen.
Yes, and on that note, J. Scott Campbell at least was willing to carry a piece by his side and threw up his own redesign of Wonder Woman.
Booyah!
So good for him. Mad props.
So is that the story?
That is the story. It is so the tale of 2 creators this weekend. Total.
It sounds
shitstorm.
totally not important, and I'm sorry you lost 2 days.
Yeah, it is totally unimportant, and
You know what's important? Healthcare.
yep,
That's important.
actual problems with things like sexual assault and.
No, I mean, rape is like, listen, I've read The Killing Joke quite a few times. It's an implication that she possibly
Yes.
was raped, but I don't, it's not directly, it's never directly stated, it's inferred.
Right, unlike Brian Azzarello's Joker book,
Where somebody was actually
where somebody was actually raped in the story. So it's interesting, and we should all be ashamed, and it just. But I will say this: if the thing truly did concern you, you can go to dcentertainment.com/contact and voice your concerns, and please be respectful.
Be respectful.
That's all I ask. And yeah, the whole situation's crazy. Crazy.
Totally.
And we got some other news, some more lighthearted news.
Please.
We've got new James Bond teaser poster,
Oh my god, I can't wait for that.
which is straight out of Live and Let Die. He's got the same, the black Tactleneck, the turtleneck,
Right, it's got the holster.
the leather holster.
Yeah.
And then somebody on Reddit, on our James Bond, did a great mashup of so they took the original production still from Live and Let Die,
Right.
and then took both Spectre posters, combined them into one to replicate that production still for Roger Moore's Live and Let Die. I think is really, really cool.
It's totally cool.
Because it's probably the
can't wait.
coolest thing I've seen on the internet.
It's probably I'm most excited about this Bond movie for some reason.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good meat to it. I'm excited.
What else?
So we also have some news from Marvel. They're canceling 33 titles.
Oh my god!
33.
I hope they're not canceling Spider-Man or Iron Man.
They probably
or
will.
anything like that.
In fact, there's going to be a list scrolling right now as we're talking. Look at that.
Oh,
They're moving by really
wow!
fast.
They're canceling that.
Canceling, yeah, that's a shame. But it's all for Secret Wars. So
Do you think they'll ever come back?
I get the feeling deep down in my heart that they will.
Well, wow! I can't believe that. Oh, they're canceling that one.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It's all a shame. It's all a shame. Also on the subject of J. Scott Campbell, for anybody who wants to know, Sideshow is just put out their first promo image for his new Black Cat statue. Looks great. Looks really, really great. And we also have some sad news. Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles passed away in the comics. Yeah.
That's great. Anything else?
We also have some confirmation that there may or may not be a Dread 2. They've said for now there's no Dread 2 in the
This
works.
just in.
This just in. No
Yeah.
Dread 2.
Just over the wire. It appears there will be no Judge Dredd 2.
No Dread 2.
No Dredd 2. It's
Sorry.
coming over the wire.
Sorry, Carl Urban.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Hopefully there'll be some more fun news next week. It's been
important news.
an important news. This is all kind of bumming me out news. Like, look,
You know what though? You got it out, and you're past it.
yeah, exactly. It's like, look, no disrespect to Cameron Stewart.
No,
disrespect-
Cameron Stewart is a great artist.
Yeah, no disrespect to Raphael Albuquerque. I'm sad that it all had to come to this, and
we still really don't know what it's come to.
right, and it's one of those things like in the comic industry especially, people are very afraid of censorship. Because it's easy to say we're not coming for your video games, we're not coming for your movies or your TV shows.
But they actually did come for comic books.
Come for comics using the same kinds of, rhetoric.
Burned comics.
They did. They Senate hearings, blacklists, companies dismantled, and the public burning of comic books.
It happened, and it didn't happen that long ago, folks.
So there's still people alive who remember it, and that's all we'll say on that.
I know I do.
And if you like this video and want to see more, hit the subscribe, give us a like, and follow us on the social media.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. So please, thank you very much for watching.